while I'm out riding today, doing my Yamaha YZF R3 review for new riders out there, that the most important thing, most important skill, the most important factor that you need to be aware of when you're riding a new bike, when you're a beginner and you don't have that experience, is braking distance. Now everyone that you see that rides a bike, from beginners to getting there to intermediates, they can all lean the bike, right? They can all accelerate the bike, they can clutch the bike, they can maneuver the bike. Is not a problem. Now if you had a bike like this, a bike that can get a good amount of top speed, I think the most important thing by far, the most important thing is knowing how long it takes to brake. It is the most important thing, because you can get power. You accelerate, you suck back a little bit, you know, you have fun, all that kind of thing. Someone's braking, there might be a corner, there might be a pothole, someone might pull out on you, and you need to know how quickly your bike can stop. It is the most important factor when it comes to safety for beginners riders. You really need to know how quick you can stop, how quickly you can come to a halt, zero. Now depending on bike, yeah, you got ABS bikes, you got all these other kind of bikes, so when you obviously, I assume people know, you know, ABS helps you in an emergency stop. I personally don't care for it too much, but you need to know if your bike has ABS or not. If your bike has ABS, you can be harder on the front brake. I recommend learning on a bike without ABS first, but that's debatable. So what I want people to know is, no matter what your speed is, you need to be able to judge your speed correctly and know how long it's gonna take to stop. Because sometimes you can get a pretty decent speed. Now you can go from 60 to 100 to 130 just on a bike like an R3. It's only 321cc and you can get that speed quickly. It is not hard to get that speed. But braking, especially when it's a scenario when, you know, you need to brake pretty fast, that's a whole other story. Braking can seem like it's not braking quick enough for you. You can feel like, oh shit, in a scenario where someone pulls out on you, you need to stop now, and you don't realize that it's taking quite a bit longer than what you were hoping it would take in that scary crash scenario. So I would do a demonstration of hard braking so you guys know. Now depending on if a bike has ABS or anything like that, that's obviously a factor on how much you're doing the front brake. Now you can slide the back brake. In an emergency stop, it's best to just pile on your weight on that back brake and apply pressure to the front also. Not that I highly recommend sliding the rear, but in an emergency stop you're going to need to slide that rear. You're going to need to brake as hard and as fast as possible at the back. Now you need to be in a straight line obviously to slide the back, to slam on that back brake. And the front brake, you need to be hard on it, make sure that you're in a straight line. But what I highly recommend when you drive any kind of bike is I highly recommend having at least one finger or two fingers on the brakes, on your brakes, sorry, and on your clutch. I highly recommend that, because by keeping two fingers on it and two fingers off it, that enables you to be in full control of the handlebars and of the controls, rather than being a whole hand and then you're losing some grip here. But we haven't got a red light here, so I can't demonstrate. Damn, almost did. So I might just pull over to the side a little bit here for you guys, so you guys can see how long it might take to brake. This guy is just like on my arse. I don't know what he's doing. So what you want to do in an emergency brake situation is you want to bring the clutch in, stamp down the gears. Depending on how quickly you need to stop, you might need to go all the way down. You want to be pretty hard on the front brake, and you want to pretty much slide the back brake. So I guess you can say like this. There you can get an idea. That's not fully braked. That is not 100% on the brakes. That is a decent amount on the front brake. That's quite a decent amount of pressure on the front brake, and that was 90 to 95% on the back brake. When you can feel that there starts to be a skid, you just let off just a little bit, and you can see the distance it takes to brake. Now, I was going, what? How fast was I going before I done the brake? I'm not 100% sure. I was going around 80 possibly. Now, if you see how quick you can get to 80, you can get that speed. Look, I mean, I'm only in 4th right now, and you get to, there you're at 80 already, but then when you want to brake, you need to know how long it's going to take. Same way, if you at a faster speed, you need to know. So that's my beginner rider tip video for the day. Please feel free to leave a comment. I hope this helped any new riders out there. Stay safe and make sure you practice your emergency stops in a safe scenario, preferably off-road on a closed course. And that's Motoman's helpful hint that is Motoman's helpful hint rider tip for the day.